It is American Cynic once again. I wasn't going to make this video because I'm really pissed off about this topic. So, of course, by now you know about the shooting in D.C. Two guardsmen, National Guardsmen, were shot at. One is now deceased. Brescom, I forgot the name. Sorry about that. Shot at by this Afghani radical, apparently working for a certain agency. Shall I say the name? Well, you know, you already know. So one of them is now deceased, and Pirro is looking for the charges to be increased to a first degree murder, which I totally agree with. And they want the death penalty, which I disagree with. And I will go into a different video about that, explaining why. I see the comments on Yahoo and a few on Reddit. Absolutely horrible people out there blaming Trump for this yet again. Apparently, they believe that he was there and he pulled the trigger that shot both of these brave souls that they volunteered to be there. You know, no one forced them to be there. They say, hey, I want to be there on a holiday, doesn't matter, to protect my country. And I admire that. But these, and of course, you know where it's coming from. The left, you know, the Democrats, that they're actually blaming Trump for this. And I just cannot understand why, other than a deep-seated hatred for the man. They're saying that it's his fault that they were there. I'm like, no, they volunteered. What the hell are you talking about? So I just, I'm on Yahoo. I have to mute these cretins that blame Trump for everything. And I'm guessing most of them are bots, and it's coming from a foreign country. I'm guessing China or India. I want to believe most Americans support Trump, and they condemn this attack. They're not blaming either side, although you could say, I know what you're saying. Oh, here he goes. Yeah, here I go. Who was it that let in these Afghani people? Well, I should say people from terrorist countries. Who was it? Who was the president that did that? Biden. So don't you dare blame Trump for this shit. This is all on the Biden administration. And you know, people say, well, you know, he gave them asylum, blah, blah. Okay, right. And that is true, but who let them in? And I have to ask, how come we can't do a better vetting system of these people that are coming into the country, no matter where they're coming from? It doesn't have to be the Middle East, although we do know that most terrorist countries are located where? Yes, the Middle East. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. You know, Syria, you know, Sudan, Nigeria, and all this. It's mostly well, you know, Africa is considered part of the Middle East. How come we can't do a better job at vetting them? I want to know the answer. And they say this guy is a CIA operative. Oh, I want to know the whole story about that. But here's the thing. We will never get the whole story. And this person will likely not be executed for 20, 30 years maybe. This will be swept under the rug yet again by the government. You know, but look, we've seen this before. You know, you've seen it before with crooks and the other shooters. There have been how many now? You're not going to get the whole story. So this leads to the big question. Who do you believe? You believe these agencies? No. Well, that's a big mistake. But to blame this on one man who, one party. No, no. I'm seeing through the BS. You should see through the BS. And I would say, yeah, it goes deeper than Biden, of course. How can you pin this on some senile, incompetent guy? And I would say, yeah, it started before him. If there's a certain agency involved, of course it started with them and maybe a few other agencies. How is it this guy, what is the motive? He drove across country to do what? Take out a few people? And other question, what happens to his friends, maybe an accomplice, whatever? What happens to his family? We don't know. But like I said, you might not get the whole story, and that's how it goes.